Hello, everyone. This is Yuko. I've noticed that a lot of information from China isn't getting accurately conveyed to countries outside of China, so I've taken it upon myself to gather information and share it in English. I gather information from various media sources, so I'd appreciate your comments on the content of my videos. English isn't my native language, so I use AI voice synthesis to ensure I convey information correctly. Today, I'd like to talk about the political situation in China. Recently, I mentioned that while there are many people in China who are dissatisfied with Xi Jinping, there aren't many who would dare to criticize him openly because they fear him. So, why is Xi Jinping feared? It's because he has been systematically removing individuals and groups that pose a threat to his ruling power. Since Xi Jinping came to power, many officials have been purged under the pretext of combating corruption. However, despite these efforts, China's economy is facing significant challenges, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for individuals to move their assets out of the country. As a result, there is still substantial discontent with Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping's campaign to eliminate those he deems inconvenient is an ongoing process. By the way, there was a recent story about Xi Jinping being criticized by senior Communist Party elders. This story was reported by a Japanese media outlet, and some people believe it might be part of a deliberate attempt by foreign entities, possibly the CIA, to spread negative information about Xi Jinping's regime. However, I believe this is more reflective of power struggles within the Communist Party itself. In other words, there are individuals within the party who cannot openly criticize Xi Jinping but might want to hint that there is internal dissatisfaction with him. These individuals may have connections with Japanese journalists, leading to the publication of such reports. Therefore, it's not necessarily about U.S. interests but rather an expression of power struggles within the Communist Party. Additionally, when such events occur in China, information tends to be scarce for a while. When someone suddenly goes missing, official announcements explaining the situation are often absent for some time. Eventually, it might be revealed that the person is under investigation for serious violations of discipline or has been arrested for corruption. However, such information emerges after a significant delay. It's essential to understand that this is a common pattern in China. In the midst of these developments, the tweet by the U.S. ambassador to China has garnered significant attention. The ambassador likened the current situation within the Chinese political elite to something from a novel by Krista Wolf, which implies a sense of chaos and uncertainty. This tweet has raised eyebrows because it suggests that there might be something unusual happening within the upper echelons of the Chinese Communist Party. In particular, it implies that there are still influential figures within the military who Xi Jinping might consider inconvenient and wishes to remove. This has been part of a series of actions, including the disappearance of officials and senior leaders who may be considered disloyal or problematic by Xi Jinping. It's worth noting that when such events occur in China, there is often an absence of information. People might disappear for extended periods without official explanations. However, when foreign media repeatedly inquire about the missing individuals during press conferences, there tends to be an eventual announcement regarding investigations or dismissals. This may be an effort to meet international curiosity or demands for information. The U.S. ambassador's tweet suggests that the U.S. government has knowledge of internal developments within China and implies that Xi Jinping's regime is becoming increasingly paranoid about information leaks. Xi Jinping could face repercussions if he is perceived as not adequately addressing these issues. The fact that information is leaking suggests that China's counterintelligence efforts may not be functioning as effectively as desired. Both the U.S. and China continue to apprehend spies on each other's soil. This year alone, there have been reports of China arresting spies from various countries. In this regard, the U.S. seems to hold the upper hand in terms of intelligence gathering. In the realm of espionage, the U.S. has an advantage, primarily because it has access to individuals with important information and resources who might be sympathetic to U.S. interests. In contrast, China resorts to a combination of financial incentives and coercion, especially when dealing with individuals of Chinese descent, including those with family members still in China. This often results in seemingly ordinary American citizens engaging in espionage activities on behalf of China. However, the days of idealistic Western sympathizers of communism serving as spies are long gone, and the primary tools now are money and threats. On the other hand, Chinese citizens who might provide information to the U.S. are often driven by the desire for more freedom, the ability to engage in free market economic activities, or to protect their assets abroad. Many high-ranking Communist Party officials or individuals closely affiliated with the party hold these sentiments. Therefore, in terms of information activities, the US likely has a significant advantage. Xi Jinping's regime is undoubtedly aware of this, and it creates tension and paranoia within the Communist Party's ranks. If Xi Jinping suspects that someone within the party is leaking information, it could lead to dire consequences for that person. The fact that the US has access to information about developments within the party reveals that there is considerable dissatisfaction within the Chinese Communist Party. Even though party officials may publicly criticize the US, many of them have personal interests, such as sending their children to study abroad or investing in foreign real estate, and secretly wish for greater freedom and interaction with the US. This, in turn, makes it easier for the US to gather intelligence. In conclusion, the tweet by the U.S. ambassador indicates that there might be significant developments happening within the upper echelons of the Chinese Communist Party, and it highlights the challenges Xi Jinping faces in controlling information and dissent within the party. That's it for today's discussion. Until next time.